Hi, I'm Carolyn, and today I'm going to show you how to make venison stroganoff. So first we're going to start with about 1.5 pounds of venison that I've trimmed up. This is a couple different cuts. One is a top round steak, and I have a loin in here as well, so it's about 1.5 pounds. I cut it into nice slices, about 1 inch or 2 in length, and we're just going to season them. Over here I also have a couple tablespoons of butter that's melting nicely, and we'll add some oil to that in a minute. So first off, we're going to season. I'm going to add some kosher salt. Get all the venison. Do some pepper. Garlic powder. And then we're going to kind of flip. It doesn't have to be exact. Just make sure that the meat is nice and seasoned. Flatten it out again. Then we're going to take some flour. Sprinkle on a little flour here. I'm going to flip again. Just get them coated. That looks pretty good. And as I said, there's butter in there already. This pan's about medium-high, good searing temperature. Add some oil to my butter. And that sounds good and hot to me, sizzling. So now we're going to sear the venison. So you kind of want a single layer. And you want to get some color on it. So this could take 1 minute, it could take 2 minutes. Once you have it in there, don't move it, so you get that nice sear. All right, these are starting to look really nice and golden. I'm just going to remove them to a bowl. Kind of shake off the excess butter and oil. And then I've got a bit more venison here, so I'm just going to sear that off. And then we'll come back to deglaze the pan. So now I have some red wine that I'm going to add. Just kind of scrape it around, get all those flavorful bits off the bottom. You're going to let this wine cook off for 30 seconds to a minute. All right, now we're going to add our onions and our mushrooms. These are baby Bella mushrooms that I've just sliced. We'll give these a stir. And mushrooms have a lot of water in them, so I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. You should season as you go anyway, season in layers. Some pepper. We're going to let these sweat out and saute for about 2 to 5 minutes until the mushrooms are soft and the onions are nice and translucent. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of flour. Kind of gets things in the mood to thicken up. This is probably a tablespoon or 2, but you can just kind of eyeball it. I'm going to stir it in. A little bit more. All right, now I'm going to add my beef stock. And I have here, this is a can of cream of mushroom soup. This is the low sodium kind. I like to add my own salt when it comes to seasoning, so this is low sodium. Gonna add this in, and then we're gonna stir it up so everything is all incorporated. This soup is, it's a concentrated soup, so it's really thick. All right, my soup is all blended into the rest of my mixture. And I'm going to start seasoning. So I have some Herbes de Provence here. Flavor it how you would beef. Venison's very similar to beef in its texture and its flavor. So some Worcestershire sauce. And some crushed red pepper. I like spicy things, but you can do this to taste. And I'm going to add my venison back to the pot. We're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes on medium to medium low. And you want it to thicken up, kind of reduce a little bit. You're probably going to reduce this amount of liquid by about a quarter. Taste as you go. If it needs more seasoning, do that. But keep in mind that the flavors are going to concentrate and get more powerful as it simmers, so you want to taste it towards the end of its simmering time. Our venison stroganoff has reduced nicely. You can see it's kind of a gravy consistency. And to finish it off, we're going to add a little bit of creme fraiche. And you want to do this off the heat. Give it a stir, and that's going to change the color of it a little. And I like to serve this over egg noodles, but you can do a different kind of pasta or rice, couscous, whatever you want. And I'll hit it with some parsley. This isn't the most attractive dish, so you kind of want to do what you can to make it look more inviting. So here we go. It's venison stroganoff, and I hope you try it. It's delicious.